Okay, another scar story. All right, this involves alcohol and me at the tender age of, I don't know how old I was actually, maybe 20,
Tender, he says.
maybe 19, 20, something like that. Anyway, around that age, England were playing in some kind of international football game. Okay, so it was either the World Cup or the European Cup, something like that. As you well know, folks, I hate football. I'm not a fan of the beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've come to appreciate why people like it, but I myself don't. So anyway, at that time, because I enjoyed drinking, I kind of I went along with the crowd. At that time, I was driving a forklift truck, a special forklift truck, where the whole cab where you drive the truck raises with the forks, and it went something like, well, it went very high in the air. So it was my job while England were playing in this football match to hang the flag on the warehouse racking, kind of like the wall, basically where all the products that we were delivering were stored.
Who gave you this responsibility?
Well, I mean, it had to be mine because no one else drove the truck.
Yeah, but who said put the flag up there?
I don't know, a bunch of boys, you know.
Okay.
Boys being naughty boys.
Boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town. So I hung this flag up for the duration of the contest until England got kicked out, which was like 5 minutes later. I don't know. And then I took it down. It was my flag. So I thought, oh, well, maybe it was my idea to hang it up because it was my flag. It was a big St. George's cross, the English flag. So the competition continued and England got knocked out. So I removed the flag. Mm-hmm. And there was obviously some commiseratory drinks after. You know, just,
let's celebrate that we lost. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
In England, we don't need an excuse to drink. But if you have one, good. Yeah. You know, good for you. So I thought, I'll go home real quick. I'll leave the flag at home and I'll join the boys and we'll go get drunk. Because that's how, you know, that's the idea of a good night out in England. Let's get drunk. So I did. I kind of got into my bedroom. My bedroom, it's like a small kind of box of a bedroom, tiny. It fit inside there, one single bed. And then I had a shelf that hung over my bed and some storage space behind me. So I was in a rush. So I had my stereo speakers in the shelf over my bed. I just quickly tucked underneath the stereo speaker this flag and went out to get drunk. And it was a good night. I can't remember most of it. I was very, very drunk and then a concussion. So I got home and I was drunk. I was like drunk.
Like blind drunk.
Yeah. So I jump into bed. And through the night, boys and girls, through the night, I rolled onto the flag, which was positioned underneath a stereo speaker. And as I continued to roll, it pulled the stereo speaker off of the shelf and it fell directly onto my head.
I don't know how it didn't kill you.
Yeah. It was very close to basically, I've got a big scar in between both eyes. Yeah, someone out there is looking out for me. I don't
killing your third eye.
So yeah, this stereo speaker fell directly on my head, one of the sharp corners. And of course, I was really drunk, so I just picked off the stereo speaker, put it behind me, and just continued sleeping. And then at some point in the night, I'm just, I'm feeling a little ill, obviously because of the alcohol, and it just feels like my face is wet. Just a wet, gross feeling on my face. So I kind of wiping my face and wiping my hand on the wall, thinking it might be sweat or whatever. And I eventually noticed that it's quite a lot of liquid pouring out of here. So I'm like, with both hands, just trying to kind of figure out what's going on. And I think, look, I have to go to the bathroom. There's no way. This is not a problem I can solve from here. And obviously, I've drunk a lot. So I'm swaying, and so I'm trying to steady myself on the walls.
Putting your hands all over the walls.
On the walls and on the banister of the staircase, just trying to not fall over. And I get into the bathroom, and my head is just split open, and blood is pouring out of it. And I'm very, very drunk, guys. So I take maybe a square centimeter of toilet paper. I'm not even kidding. And I stick it in the middle of my head.
As you would do with a pimple that you've just cut shaving.
Stick it to my head and I go back to bed. So the next morning, I wake up with a headache. Oh my God. And I look around my room, and I wouldn't be exaggerating if I said it looked like the scene of a murder. Just these bloody handprints all over the walls where I've been trying to kind of get this liquid off my face. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happened? And the pillow's like kind of stuck to my face.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my God, what an idiot. What have I done? And I thought, okay, I'll go to the bathroom and I'll clean up. Well, I walk into the hallway and all you see is these handprints, dragged blood handprints all over the walls, all over the banister and the staircase. It looked like there'd been a murder.
What did your mom say?
Well, yeah, so I got there and I'm like, I'm hungover and obviously concussed. I'm like, I can't deal with this. I'm like, Mom! She says, what? I'm like, I've cut myself. And she says, come here. So I go into her bedroom and she's just like, she goes white as a sheet. Because because I'd blood caked all over my face and my hands.
You mess.
So anyway, she helped me get cleaned up. And by that point, it had already started to kind of heal.
Yeah.
So it was already quite open. There was no point in going to the hospital or anything. So yeah, that's the story of how I got a really big scar in the center of my face. If you look up photos on Instagram, you can see it.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
Who cleaned the scene of the murder?
My
probably
bedroom.
Nonna,
Yeah, probably
right?
Nonna. Probably.
Poor Nonna.
Poor Nonna. She had to deal with a lot. Poor thing.
Poor Nonna. But yeah, the bridge said, or says, that's quite a story, Rob. Rob, I wish I could watch that, says the bridge. I don't know, I've been to his house in Bradford and so I can picture it. I can picture what happened. And it's not a very big house at all, so I can imagine the area and the space completely covered in your fingerprints and your poor gran.
It's just like, in a horror film where you see a blood handprint streaks. Like that was the whole upstairs of the house.
The bridge says, I'm laughing so much. Yeah. I've heard that story quite a few times. And when I saw that question today, I thought, nah, I have to ask that question.
Vero says, that's what we call ahogar las penas, Rob.
Yes.
What's ahogar las penas?
When you drink so much that you forget.
We say to drink your sorrows.
Yeah, drink your sorrows. That's right. Or your worries away. Yeah. Drink your worries away.
And my mum was like, "You're gonna have a big scar now." And I'm like, that doesn't matter, Mum. Scars are cool.
It only makes me look tougher.
And in the end, you can't really see it. Can you still see it?
No, not really. It was a lot more obvious 20 years ago.